your daughter looks you in the eye and desperately says that she wants to do college gymnastics and it's her goal and her dream and all the things, but then her day to day actions are not aligning with that and she's not doing the things that she needs to do, then this video is for you. And it's like so easy to just think like she's being lazy, right? Or procrastinating, or she doesn't want it badly enough. And you actually even get to this point. Sometimes you're like, is this like, does she want this? Am I putting this on her? Is her coach putting this on her? Like, what is happening? But the truth is her brain is actually alerting her that she's in danger and it's completely shutting her down. It's our brain's survival mechanism to search for danger to keep us safe. And that's totally a good thing, right? Like I always tell the girls, if we didn't have our brain doing that and we didn't have that mechanism, we would just like walk across the highway without looking both ways. Like, not great. We want it to be like, hey, look, red flag, burp, burp. Like there might be cars crossing. You should probably look and keep yourself safe. So it's a good thing. And the problem is, though, is that our brain is operating from a different time. It was developed to do this at a different time. So it's like we're currently operating on iOS 1, right? We're on iOS, I don't even know right now, what, 15, something like that. But it's like we're operating on iOS 1 and it is failing to understand the difference between social and even some physical, but like fears and dangers and like actual death and dying. So let me just put you back into caveman ages. Okay. In that time, you were a part of a tribe, hunt and gather, keep each other safe and in this situation. And if you got cast out, then that meant that honestly that you would die, right? If you were like out in the wilderness on your own in caveman ages, the likelihood of you dying is pretty darn high. Okay. So because our brain is operating on that system, it's really struggling to actually see the difference between hitting send on that email and actual death, which seems insane, but it's what's actually keeping her in this frozen state and not being able to follow through. For gymnasts and this recruiting email situation, I see this get triggered by a couple of things. And one of them is perfectionism. And so I know this high level of gymnastics, you see a lot of perfectionists. I do not know if it attracts them or creates them or probably both. But the reality is perfectionism isn't just in their gymnastics. It usually is in a lot of parts of their life. And one of them is recruiting. And it has to do with like, I will send this email or I will post this video once it's good enough. And then their brain never, ever, ever thinks it's good enough. And then it never happens. And then the outright just fear of rejection, like fear of rejection being cast out means that certain death, right? But in reality, that they're going to say no and they're not going to reach their dreams and like all of these things. And a lot of times their worth is tied to that. So these two things are triggering the brain's fear response and is actually the thing that's shutting them down from following through. And then here's the reality on top of that, once again, at this high level of gymnastics, we have a lot of high achievers here. We like to win. We like to do things well. We like to do all those things. And so she starts struggling and feeling this immense guilt that she's not doing them. And it turns into this pretty much like toxic tension with her fighting her battle. And then with you, this is when the nagging comes in and the coach may be nagging as well and feeling frustrated about her not posting and when she should post and what she should do. And she's just, it starts feeling so out of control of what her future is and what it's going to be. And the shame is eating her and that tension is growing. And that's what you guys are feeling in the home. So this is exactly why Stacy and I actually created this Get Recruited Bootcamp, because we don't want to just hand her this checklist of like, do all these things. Because to an extent, some of them already know what they should be doing, right? They're just not doing it. And we're not going to do it for them because we think that these tools are crucial to be able to continue to reach big goals in her future. So we teach her how to override this outdated survival system, rewire her brain, and then actually build the confidence and the self-belief that she needs to actually follow through so that she can go to that school, she can get that scholarship, she can actually find a place that feels like home. Because this is such a highly personalized, high touch experience where I'm going to be reviewing materials and checking in on her weekly and being in live group calls, we're going to strictly just keep this founding members cohort to 15 girls at 50% off. So if you're ready to help her break out of this state and take the driver's seat of her journey and really just feel like she's in control of her own future again, then click the link below and join the priority list to grab your spot inside. I'm so excited to be able to help you and your gymnast through this journey.